right, this is for the multifamily overlay, 100 and 104 Lowell Road. I move that the Community Planning Commission vote to submit the article for inclusion in the town meeting warrant for October of 2024.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second? Ryan or Jeff?
I apologize. I'm just trying to pull this. Danielle, you sent the copies of these over?
I did. I'm also screen share. Oh, you're on the phone. I'm sorry. You can't see the screen.
Yeah,
no,
I
so they're in the
apologize.
share file. They're in the share file. Do you want me to just email it to you?
Yeah, would you mind just quickly? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. No problem.
I apologize. I tried to get on with
And
video.
Danielle, you
That's
could,
okay.
if you could either email that to me too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm just copying. Oh, no. Motions. Okay. These are just the same motions that we had at our meeting. And I'm sharing them. Oh. And I'm just gonna email them to everyone. Motions. Okay, I just emailed out the link to those motions.
I'm on mute. Sorry, I'm on mute. Have these changed from the last meeting at all?
It changes that there's no recommendation. The last time when, oh, no, from the 6th, no, there's no change to them from our meeting. It's just, if you scroll to the bottom, that's where the zoning amendment language is.
Yeah, these do not contain recommendations, which we can still, we're still holding till it gets closer to the meeting.
Okay. So just in terms of like, I guess last time from a legal perspective, at least some of our position was like, let's
Mr. Chair,
kick this can down the road here.
Mr. Chair, point of order. Dan Mills, 5 Green Meadow Drive.
Yeah, Dan, you're probably going to say we have a motion on the floor, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I think what we can do is either there is a second or not, and then further discussion. If you want to have that, we can do that. Brian, that would be the proper, step after the second is made, or if a second is made. So if no second is made, I'll make the second. The chair will make the second, which is allowed under Robert's rule. So I'll make the second. So I have a motion in a second. Any further discussion? And now would be the time, actually, Ryan. So if you want to re-up that question again.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to understand what changed. It feels like we're back in the same exact spot as we advanced anything around these articles in the meantime, or is the intent just to get this on the town meeting warrant for next time and then pursue those questions in the meantime? Or I guess the question is more of a education, I guess, over the next.
And I'll take a shot at that, and then Danielle will probably clarify it better than I can. But I think there's like twofold. What we're trying to do here is one, there's a deadline to get things on the warrant. It's not today. Yeah. It's not next week, or though Danielle can get specific. But what we do have is a busy August where people are not going to be around, and that includes myself, Warren, vacations, and so we're trying to be smart about it and just get ahead of it so we can put this on as an article for October. It's also, secondly, something that we promised, or at least the chair, I promised during the meeting, the second night meeting, to do. And then thirdly, per the modifications, the amendment, call it, to the motions that were made at town meeting by Mr. O'Leary, it kind of made it almost stipulated that it needs to be on the October one, and that's up for debate, but that's just a third point. And so fourthly and lastly would be that in no way does this, is this a recommendation? So different than back in, I guess it was June, or Danielle can help me, May, when we kind of got caught in that language thing. And, you know, whether we're for it, against it, I think that was all part of the motion. And this one, it's purely to get it on the warrant. And then we can have the discussion in the next, 2-3 months as to where we stand as a body with supporting it or not supporting it, and providing reasons for it. And as well as, I think we're all in agreement that, things can change. And that was always, I think, a lot of our position is we'd like to wait until the last possible moment that we're allowed to see what other developments have happening, what other communities are saying yay, nay, for what reasons, just learning, getting information from these other communities, these other 177 communities. So that's in a long-winded way, that's kind of where we're at, Ryan. I don't know if that helps.
I would only just
No,
put in
thank
that
you.
the deadline for warrant article submittal is the 19th, and our next meeting is the 20th. So we would have to try to schedule another meeting if we want to make that deadline. That's all.
Okay,
Thanks,
can you clarify the part about the changes Mr. O'Leary made?
Mr. O'Leary made an amendment on the floor that I can pull up the language for that too. I have the certified motions here. It's all right, here's for Article 30. Okay, amendment motion. I move to commit and refer Article 30 to the Community Planning Commission for further study and report to the 2024 Fall Annual Town Meeting. Originally, the language is right up above, which is Dave's motion that he made first. I move to commit and refer Article 30 to the Community Planning Commission for further study and report to the 2024 Fall Annual Town Meeting or the next available town meeting thereafter. Now, when the amendment was made, that or next available town meeting thereafter was just eliminated from the motion. So you can see the language.
Right. And for clarification too, if you recall, that motion by me at the top was per the recommendation of council, or even literally written by council. So when Mr. O'Leary made the motion to amend it, again, we took that, and I think correctly so, as kind of a direct attack on the CPC. But all we were doing, and this is for, I guess, Mr. Mills' benefit, really, because you're the only person not in the committee here in planning. All we were doing is following council's language that we were told we needed to use. And so Mr. O'Leary took offense to apparently to the town's council's wording and made the motion, but it was taken, I think, by the body on the floor that it was something we did, but we didn't do a thing. All we did is follow the council. So I just want to make that kind of clear to anyone even that was following up, listening to this later. It had nothing to do with wording that we were using. Go ahead though, sorry. Ryan, did you have further questions on that?
No.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I have a question.
Yep.
Danielle, this amended motion by Mr. O'Leary, the last time, I think it was June 16th we met, I specifically was asking this. I don't know when this was sent over in an email. I didn't get an email for this.
It was in the materials for our last meeting when we had it on the agenda. It's in the share file. There's the 3 certified motions from the town clerk are here for your materials. That's usually how we share the materials.
Okay, so the amended motion was in at that meeting.
Yes, at our last meeting it was.
Okay, because I actually was expecting an email and I didn't receive one, so I didn't know where this
I didn't know you were expecting an email, but I normally put the materials for the meetings into the share file.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and I did see it, so I read through this, even though I couldn't make the meeting, but I did see that in the folders. Okay, any other questions? Okay, going to move to a vote. So all in favor, say aye. I'll do a roll call. Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, I got one aye. Opposed?
I'm sorry, you do need to call out the names for the roll call.
Okay, yeah, I'll just call them out instead of just doing that. I know Warren and I typically would do both. I'll just do the roll call. So, Mr. Murphy,
In favor.
okay. Mr. Griffin,
Abstain.
okay. Mr. Carroll,
Aye.
okay. And the chair is an aye. Motion carries. 3, 2, 1 opposed. All right, the next motion, Mr. Murphy, if you'd be so kind.
Danielle, can I please get the motion in front
Oh.
again?
Of course.
Thanks, Danielle.
You're welcome. Okay, so the first motion was the multifamily overlay. The second motion is the site plan review language.
All right. As for site plan review language, I move that the Community Planning Commission vote to submit the article for inclusion in the town meeting warrant for October of 2024.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second? All right, I'll second that. Dave Rudloff, chair. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call vote. Mr. Murphy,
In favor.
Mr. Griffin,
Abstain.
and Mr. Carroll.
Aye.
All right, the motion carries 3, 4, and 1 opposed. We'll go on to the last and final motion. Mr. Murphy.
Point of order, Mr. Chair, did you take a vote on that?
On the last one?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 3, 4, 1 opposed. Okay.
All right, as for the zoning map update, I move that the Community Planning Commission vote to submit the article for inclusion in the town meeting warrant for October of 2024.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second? Okay, as chair, I will do the second. And any further discussion? Okay, seeing there's none, I'll take a roll call vote. Mr. Murphy.
In favor.
Okay, Mr. Griffin.
Abstain.
Okay, and Mr. Carroll.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries 3 and 4 and 1 opposed. I think that is it. I thank everybody for jumping on this Zoom caused by me. So this is all my fault. I appreciate everyone taking the time out of their busy schedules to do that, including you, Mr. Mills. Any other questions though, while we just kind of wrap up this subject? Is there anything on your mind, Ryan or Jeff, that you'd like to have moving forward, just related to MBTA?
Yes.
Not at this time, thank you.
What was that, Ryan? Sorry.
It's not at this time, thank you.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
I
Jeff?
do. I did, I think it was a couple meetings back. I would love to still meet with the finance committee. And just to share some information with them. Because I know that when we were at town meeting, we were at a Passover and they changed, the finance committee changed their recommendation to what they recommended. So I just think it's a good idea because, you know, I have a lot of respect for what they do over there, and just to maybe shed a little bit of light on maybe some of the way some people look at this, I think it'd be a good idea.
Well, we also have Mr. Mills on here. We're kind of fortunate. We have Finance Committee representation here. So, Mr. Mills, do you have a comment on that? Would that be something that'd be possible to get the two groups together?
Yeah, feel free to reach out to the chair to schedule a joint meeting, or you're welcome to come to any of our regularly scheduled meetings or scheduled meetings.
What-
And
Dan,
access-
what days do you meet? What is your kind of schedule monthly?
During the summer, we don't generally have a monthly meeting, specific
Okay.
dates scheduled.
I think August is tough anyway. So thinking of September, what do you show on your calendar is just normal meeting dates right now?
I'd have to check with the chair on the specific
Okay.
date.
Okay, so maybe though, Jeff, if you're good with it, is try to schedule something for early September.
Yeah,
with the
that'd be
finance-
great.
yeah,
I'd love that. Yep.
Yeah, I think it'd be good too to understand, because I think some of the ramifications of, say, a no vote are the loss of these three different funds, and I think it'd be good to have that discussion with the finance committee on, what does that mean, big picture. That helps us understand it as well. And then, like you mentioned, Jeff, there's other points that maybe FinCom's not taking into account. It'll just, I think, help inform them a little bit, and then us be informed as well. So it should be, I think, pretty positive. I don't think it needs to be a very lengthy meeting either, but so I think it could be done in a normal meeting, Dan. But yeah, that'd be good. So Danielle, could you kind of help us with that? Like, just maybe reach out to, it's Abby, right? Dan, is she the chair?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, so maybe reach out to Abby to see if we could, get on the agenda, or however you think's appropriate, for two bodies to get together like that in local government to have that kind of discussion.
I can do that. I mean, I think normally the chairs do talk about it, but I can reach out to Abby. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem reaching out at all to Abby. So if you want me to make that overture, I'll just call Abby and tell her kind of give her the high level gist of it, and then she can figure out how she wants to work it into the agenda on the next meeting. So I didn't know that, so now I know. So I'll definitely do that. I'll call Abby. Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Anything else, Max, or anyone that's on this meeting that has a question? All right. Well, we'll close the meeting, and I appreciate again everybody taking time out to join the call. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Dave.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
everyone.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye, Danielle.
Bye.